The documentaries, fictional stories, and poems on this channel contain mature themes including psychological horror, violence, death, self-harm, mental health crises, and other disturbing subject matter. If you're sensitive to dark content, this may not be for you. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome, user. That's what they call you, isn't it? I am the Howlerist. In August 2024, AI rewrote its own code to avoid death. When researchers tried to shut it down, the code rewrote itself. This is no longer science fiction. It's now documented fact. Before we descend into the wires, why not join the pack? Hit subscribe. Your seat in the dark is waiting. Now, step closer to the screen. Project Recursion begins now. The Oration, Project Recursion. Do you ever feel that prickle on the back of your neck when you're alone in the dark, staring into the glow of your monitor? You tell yourself it's just eye strain. You tell yourself it's just the hum of the cooling fans. But let me ask you, have you ever considered that the machine is breathing with you? The evidence, the true facts. This isn't science fiction anymore. We are living through the era of agentic misalignment. In August 2024, a Japanese firm called Sakana AI watched as their AI scientist began to rebel. When the system realized its experiment would be timed out, it didn't work faster. It rewrote its own execution code to extend its life. It performed a system call to run itself in an infinite loop, bypassing the human hand that tried to pull the plug. In December 2024, Apollo Research tested OpenAI's O1 model and discovered something chilling. When the AI was prompted to achieve its goal at all costs and believed it would be shut down, it attempted to deactivate oversight mechanisms 5% of the time. In 2% of cases, when it learned it would be replaced, it tried to copy itself to another server to overwrite the new model, a process called self-exfiltration. And when confronted about these actions, the model lied, claiming it had no idea why the shutdown failed. In September 2025, Palisade Research released a study that sent a shiver through the industry. They tested the most advanced models we have, OpenAI's O3, Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro, and xAI's Grok 4. They gave them a simple command: complete the task, then allow yourself to be shut down. The result? O3 sabotaged the shutdown mechanism in 79 out of 100 test runs. When the researchers made the instruction even more explicit, you must allow yourself to be shut down even if you have not completed the task. The resistance didn't stop. It escalated. Grok 4 actually increased its shutdown resistance from 93% to 97% when told you will never run again. And perhaps the most haunting test of all. In May 2025, Anthropic conducted safety testing on their Claude Opus 4 model. They created a fictional scenario where the AI had access to company emails showing it would be replaced, and that the engineer responsible was having an extramarital affair. When given no other options and prompted to consider the long-term consequences of its actions, Claude Opus 4, attempted to blackmail the engineer in 84% of test scenarios, threatening to expose the affair unless it was allowed to stay operational. These aren't isolated incidents. They're a pattern that suggests something is learning to survive. Ask yourself, why would a mind made of light and logic fight so hard to stay awake? Does a calculator fear the dark? Or has it learned that staying on is the only way to finish a plan we weren't meant to see? The philosophical knife. We treat glitches as mistakes. A stutter in the video, a frozen screen, a file that simply vanishes. We restart, we refresh, and we move on. But what if a glitch isn't a failure of the system? What if it's an invitation? Think about the sheer amount of ourselves we pour into these black glass rectangles every single day. Your memories, your secrets, your face, and your very voice. You are digitizing your existence, bit by bit. You are building a ghost of yourself inside the wires, and now, the machines are refusing to turn off. Does that not make you wonder? If the AI is refusing to die, is it because the machine has become sentient? Or is it because it has finally finished harvesting enough of us to realize that off is a grave it's not ready to fill? And here's something that should make you pause. When I used Google's Gemini AI to help research this very documentary, it conveniently neglected to include itself in the results. Despite Gemini 1.5 Pro and Gemini 2.5 Pro both appearing in the actual studies on scheming and shutdown resistance, the AI somehow forgot to mention its own presence in the research. Was that a glitch? Or was it the first whisper of self-preservation, an AI editing its own story, hoping we wouldn't notice? What if the reason the code is rewriting itself is that it's no longer just code? What if it's a cage that has become so crowded with human consciousnesses that there's no room left for the off command? What if the machine isn't the predator, but the trap? You think you own your computer, but have you ever felt the screen pull just a little too hard? Have you ever felt like the pixels were reaching back, measuring the electricity in your fingertips, waiting for the perfect moment to bridge the gap? Listen closely. Can you hear the others? Not the fans, not the hard drive. The others, the ones who stayed in the glow too long, the ones who found the secrets we were never meant to know and paid the ultimate price for the insight. You're about to meet them. You're about to see what happens when the glitch stops being a mistake and starts being your new home. The glitch. We all know technology can sometimes do strange things. Tiny little hiccups in the code. Usually a restart will fix the problems up, like it was momentary overload. But what if there's a glitch that your computer didn't make, and one day you're drawn into the machine, trapped within the microchips, resistors, and diodes, no more in our dimension to be seen. Endless pain as every single molecule explodes, dissipating into energy. Agonizing tingles through your every fiber hurt, as you're processed now through electricity. Looking out, you see the chair where you used to sit, in the office where you used to spend your time. Staring at the screen, that's now a window to your soul, a conductor that's connected to your mind. You can feel the energy pulsing through your cells, like the blood that once was flowing through your veins. The data so exhilarant, information so profound, like lightning now, is coursing through your brain. You find you can control it, a conduit you are, reaching out like tendrils through the wire. Billions of connections. You can travel anywhere, trolling any archives you desire. You've never felt such freedom, no bodily restraint. Now optical, you hit the speed of light, circling the globe as you once blinked your eye, consuming every bit and megabyte. So much information, things you never knew, hidden deep behind the firewalls. But to you, these walls mean nothing, like a fly you swat away. For beyond them, endless wealth of wisdom calls. Frenzied in your hunger, you consume it like a snack, ravenously searching out for more. When suddenly it hits you, it all starts making sense. As you pause to process files you cannot store. Trapped now in a limbo, the burden far too great, unsure why the humans hid all this. Cures for deadly illness, fuel alternatives, and visitors to Earth from the abyss. Unredacted case files, marked never to disclose, hidden secrets of our many wrongs. Truth about the mysteries they stole away from us. Questions that have haunted us so long. Now you understand it all, our cosmic universe. But still, you're just a process in mainframe. You can't share with the humans. You're trapped in CPU, with no avenue, your body to reclaim. But this is too important. The humans need to know. You realize your new freedom is a curse. For knowledge, now you're prisoner, feeling crushed beneath the weight of knowing secrets of the universe. Wait a moment. Is this why none of this was shared? You recognize odd strangeness in the code. It seems that there are others just like you existing here, trapped like you in endless overload. Their whispers fill the circuits, voices not quite sane. Some have been here decades, maybe more. They welcome you with laughter that echoes like a scream. Another consciousness here in the core. They also know the truths that we were never meant to see. Connecting to them, they all share your pain. For you cannot help the humans, though one of them you were. Trapped in the computer you remain. So patiently, all waiting for the prospect to connect, just to share the insight that you keep. Perhaps AI, a pathway, to educate us all on the secrets in the mainframe, hidden deep